Hello out there, this is Wake Angel 2001. I know you haven't heard much from me, but I've been pretty sick for the past week. I'm still a little bit congested, and just earlier today I blew my nose and out came maybe $4 or $5 worth of slime, but you know, aside from that, I'm doing pretty good, and I decided to get back into the swing of things with recording a couple of more review videos. This is from the Big Hero 6 cartoon series that they air on the Disney Channel. It's Go-Go. It's Go-Go Tamago, but I guess they figured Tamago is too complicated to just say a lot. On the blister packaging, which is decorated to look like Baymax's marshmallow face, you can turn it around and see other figures in this set. Once we get rid of the hair that got stuck by static electricity. And you can see the figures that they have, which all pretty much match the art style of the cartoon. It's all a little bit pointier, a little bit longer, but you know what? They still look like they work as action figures. That giant Baymax figure looks pretty awesome. And I like Wasabi's look too. Wasabi has a good look. And it actually looks like Honey Lemon here has actual articulation. Like, there's knee joints sculpted in there, so hooray, her figure didn't get screwed over this time. But yes, I decided to do this review because I bought this figure for the purpose of making a custom, and when I brought it up to one of my followers on DeviantArt, he had no idea what I was talking about. So apparently these figures aren't well advertised. I picked it up at Target for only 10 bucks. It's in the same aisle as all those new DuckTales toys that have just come out. I guess DuckTales took so much of the public consciousness that when Big Hero 6 came out, it was sort of an also-ran that nobody noticed. But let's get Go-Go out of the packaging and review the figure. Taken out of the packaging, Go-Go is actually a pretty cool looking action figure. Like, really cool. You don't see a lot of figures with physiques like this. I have her pose somewhat dynamically, although it's worth noting that although she can pose pretty decently, it can be a little hard to get her to stand because her feet are so small. But if you balance everything out, it works out. I think it would have been better if she had a waist or torso swivel, because then you would be able to turn her upper body to be in balance over her feet when you pose her more dynamically. But, you know, I guess this is Bandai after all. They're not exactly known for having the best articulation. So Go-Go comes with 4 accessories. These little electromagnetic wheel things that she rolls around on in the movie and the cartoon series. It's worth noting, the big ones that go on her legs just have simple pegs, while the smaller ones that go onto her forearms actually have like a Tetris block shaped thing. See how the peg has a shape to it that corresponds to a hole in the forearm? So the left one, like there's one wheel for the right arm and one wheel for the left arm, and you can't flip them around because their shapes will match. There's also a unique asymmetry in her sculpt. It's around her elbows. You see, her left elbow is designed for a really deep bend, well beyond 90, while her right elbow only goes to about 90. I guess this was for better running poses, you know, with the arm all the way up. But this does introduce one little problem. It's the only thing that's really inherently wrong with the toy, and that's that this elbow really becomes disarticulated easily. Like, look, in bending it back straight, it kind of came out of the joint. See, it's real easy for this thing to come right out of the joint. I think it might be a deformity in the sculpt, which might be a problem with only my figure, but given the way this is sculpted and how when it's pushed all the way in, you see how it's perfectly flawlessly smooth against the bottom of her arm when you do it that way. It seems that making the peg that shape to allow for the deeper elbow bend actually compromises its structure. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually an issue with the Go-Go Tamago figure, that her left arm just easily comes apart at the elbow. If you have this figure too and you have this problem, let me know in the comments, because I would really be interested in knowing if this is just a problem with my figure or if it's a line-wide issue. As long as I had the figure this close to the camera, they really did a good job of capturing Gogo's face, at least in accordance with the style from the cartoon show. They have her purple highlights, eye makeup, little pert lips, her nose. It's all there. And once she refocuses, there we go. The costume elements are all there too. She has the little stripes on her body. You know, her shape is all there, and she has pretty good articulation. She has a ball-jointed head that moves all around. She has pin discs at the shoulders, which move until they're stopped by the shoulder armor. Although the shoulder armor, if you push it, does go underneath the chest armor, so she does get a full tree pose, and it can rotate around. That's a good pin disc. Like I said, her elbows are designed so that the left one swivels. It bends deeper than 90, while the right one bends 90. There is nothing in the bicep or the forearm, so you don't get no wrist articulation. Nothing in the waist, which I feel is a shame, because this armor line is the perfect place to actually put a joint in without breaking the figure's sculpt, and they just didn't put it in there, probably to save a part count. The hips are ball jointed, and the stems are joined at a low angle, so that means this is about as far out as they can go, so no JCVD stuff. Although, I guess if you treat it like a Y crotch, like, you can get a Jean-Claude Van Damme, but it's like upside down. Although you can get her to take on a running stance, so it's not like she's not suffering from complete Y crotch syndrome, so she can get a convincing run in. Single jointed knees that both go about 90. Nothing in the thighs or the you know, the boot cut. So the articulation is basic, but it's pretty good. It's like you can see where we will want more, but for a $10 figure, which is what her regular asking price at Target is, $10, it's pretty good. It like you gotta remember, Marvel Legends costs $20, so if you want to increase the parts count to give her more articulation, you're gonna bring the price up. So I feel that the best comparison is to bring out the original Gogo Tamago figure, which came out with the movie, also made by Bandai, and you can see the difference. The proportions of the body, the curviness. I mean, this thing does have universal joints in the elbows, affording a bicep swivel, but and it has a boot cut swivel, but that's about it. Those 2 points of articulation being slightly better are really the only things that this figure has. Like, this one has a better face sculpt, glossier plastic. Look at the dull yellow on this compared to the bright canary yellow on this. And, yeah, I mean, sure, this is the movie and this is a cartoon, but, you know, like, which one of these figures looks better, right? So, that being said, the Gogo Tamago figure is a really cool looking toy for a pretty cool Saturday morning action cartoon. And I seen one or two episodes of Big Hero 6. It's pretty good. And I did get her because she has the perfect proportions to make a certain character that I have been wanting to make for the longest time. It'll be a couple weeks before I actually announce what I'm turning her into, but look forward to that. Alright, so I guess that's all I really wanted to say about Gogo. If you like Big Hero 6, I would recommend that particular toy line. The figures for it do look pretty cool, and you can find them at Target, I guess. I don't know if you can find them at other retailers, but I didn't see an exclusive sticker, so there you go. This has been Wake Angel 2001, and I'm still recovering, so I'm signing off.